I will present my research project entitled Implementation, Activation, Interpretation, and Reflection Model in the Learning English and Foreign Languages. Current vision of the learning change traditional pedagogical practice by emphasizing the need for the student to play an active role in the building knowledge. The emerging technology of the classroom communication system, mobile application, cloud computing, collaborative environment offer of the promise to have instruction create a more interactive student-centered classroom. The paper presents a model is proposed in the which is that it is open, collaborative, flexible, scalable, and that includes information technologies. This learning adapts to the rhythms and characters of the learning, making progress at that flow state. The activation, interaction, and reflection model is based on social constructive a methodology based on the cooperative where among practitioners test and practice throughout the field research and they go on respond to the needs of the participant. And a in pedagogical paradigm, social justice issue development as a educator so way to think the integration of the Jesuit mission and value. Our model implements interactional learning session, utilizes videoconferencing to connect learnings one-to-one throughout virtual exchange that enhance learning, linguistic, intercultural, and communication throughout. These guides consist of the logical aspect of the initiation, interrupting, and the ending, and is chain session along with the specific tasks. The goals of the I model are experiences of the unique experiences. Techniques interacting with the use of the digital tools, stimulating competence and or own skill in the learning process itself. The purpose of the student will be to identify the factor influencing the degree to which a student developing community competence in a transformative and innovative model in the secondary school. The present research presents a quality approach which can be understood as an opportunity evaluated for its ability to provide the insight, capture the voice of the person, and explore complex context-dependent phonema. The eye model is composed on the three stages. The activation stage, the learning prepare material, audiovisual material, including photo, video, hearsay, for being applied in the real life situation. The second interaction stage, the learning interactive with the technology, some platform, satisfactorily completing the instruction given and apply what was prepared in the previous phase. And reflection stage, the learn feedback, his experiences during the 1 and 2 second, 1-2 phase. The purpose of the research design is to examine which are the scenarios in which educators can facilitate file learning who develop a speaking and listening activity through by conference software soon of approximately 50 minutes to 60 minutes, demonstrating developing in a community competence and educator as the guide of the process. Three instruments were designed for the collection of information. The file not allowed to the connect emotion, behavior, and feeling the learning. The interview throughout in the deep depth interviews to collect that on the role played by the educator in the development of the session. In the case of the questionnaire, is obtained data in the more natural and objective one of the participation against variable determined in the students. As you can see the graph, it is important that highlight that are more evidence in this the process. There are three keys factors to pass the mechanical and repetitive process to the teaching learning process. One, recognize the educator learning connection. Two, the material and resource to achieve the execution of the action route. And three, the context and its connection. Learner and educator in the teaching learning process in the order to the creative space for independent creation of the part of the learner. Achieve and the activity and interactive learning in which the learner goes from simple listening to reading, question, discussing, applying the concepts, solving problems. The learning is committed to the learning with their student material. The challenge for the educator is to currently integrate the learning objectives with the learning study styles, with the strategies of the involvement of the learning in the process of the construction of the learning, and that is appropriate to carry out by the select technology tool. At the same time, to recognize it that not all learners learn equally, that there are different learning styles in addition to take into account age. There is a model that seeks to close the border in the learning of the foreign language throughout the experiences of the unique experiences throughout strategies and technique integrated with the use digital tool resulting in the transfer of retention of knowledge, but also stimulate competence or our skill in the learning process itself. Discussion and conclusion. The activation stage consists of the educator as a designer is on who generates memorable learning experiences. In this role, the educator is in charge of the design memorable learning experiences creating authentic and includes activities in which the learning are the programs and using technology in a transversal way to promote active and deep learning. The interaction stage consists of the educator promote the development and the achieve of an students. In this the role the educator is in charge of the knowledge, the taste, and interesting of the learners, implement various methodologies and pedagogical resources, promote creativity and collaborative construction of the knowledge, using available infrastructure and technology. The reflection states that test difficult and supports each student to achieve their goals. In this role, the educator is sharing of developing evaluation activities to guarantee learning and solve problems, using evaluation strategies that complete not only the mastery of the contents, but deep in the understanding. The challenges that educator critical team and the available to learn to think. Prompts in students the ability to acquire information intellectually and processing, and finally the emerging technology in the classroom of the communicator.